Start recording. Boom. All there. Good morning. Come on in. Welcome to the SHAC. What's the time? Oh, 4 minutes to 10. Early to the party. Bonjour. Guten Tag. Grüß dich. Komm rein. Hola. Yeah, we're an international bunch here, you know. It's great to have your company. Can you hear me all right? Or am I on my Jack Jones again? It's a good day. I know. This is supposed to be a Christmas jumper. I am not an owner of a Christmas jumper, I'm afraid, nor is Dave. The kids have got them, but they must have taken them back to the States because I turned the house upside down today looking for a Christmas jumper. Couldn't find one. This was the best I could get to make the world feel better with a sweater. There you go. Life is good. Come on in. Good morning. Are you wearing Christmas jumpers? It's National Christmas Jumper Day, you know. Yes, it is. Come on in. We have a plan. We have a plan. I didn't know till this morning, and then I leapt into action at about 8 o'clock. So my Christmas elves at Clarity Towers have been going like the clappers, preparing a nice little gesture. I think it's called a charitable gesture. So come on in, and then I'll tell you all about it. Grab a seat. What's the weather like where you are today? Blue skies here. Blue skies in the south of England. Come on in. I don't press the buttons, you know, I'm not going to do that. Stuart's in the building with you, so if you have any questions, ask our Stuart, he'll be able to help you. And Stuart, you're going to tell me, I hope, that the sound is good. Doesn't recognise me. Come on, you know me. Sound is good. Thank you. Volume's off. Sound is good. And come on in. It's great to have your company. For some reason it stopped scrolling, and let me just see if I do that, because the last time I did that I got rid of everybody. Yeah, there they all are. Good morning. Oh, that feels better. It's a bit lonely. It's a bit isolating up here. Good morning, Ken. Lovely to see you and all the shackers. Good morning, Joy. Good. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, it's a good day today, and it's National Christmas Jumper Day. Now, this isn't a Christmas jumper, but getting in the spirit of things, this is as good as it gets in the Barbara wardrobe. Yes. Let me take that away. I've been cleaning up in here. I don't recognise the place. You know how it gets worse before it gets better? It got a lot worse. So I'm ever optimistic that it's going to get a lot better. I don't know. I've got what I need for today. That was it. That was all I need for today. Yes. So let's enjoy this doodle, shall we? It's a good one with the good family. Let's have a cup of tea. You rock. Nectar. And I haven't forgotten that Yorkshire Tea said that they're going to remove all the polypropylene from the tea bags. Yeah, I know. Not happy about that. I'm going to be checking on the 1st of January. Yorkshire Tea, if you're listening, I'm on you. I'm on your case. You, me and the rest of Britain. Yeah, that was a little bit of an eye-opener, wasn't it? Finding out that we've got plastic particles in our lovely English tea. Well, it's not English. We don't grow tea in England, I can't imagine. But you know what I mean? Things are just not what they seem, are they? You all right? We'll have a good day today. We'll have a good day today. Have you got your jumper on? That's the main thing. Have you got a nice jumper on? Come on. I want to see some jumpers here. I want to see some movement. You know how this started? Paul went into the picking area today, and the team were all wearing Christmas jumpers, ho, ho, ho in it. And yeah, they're great, you know, with the antlers, and I can imagine. I miss them. Anyway, so he went in there, and they were all wearing their Christmas jumpers, and he was playing Bar Humbug. And but he told me about it, and he said that He remembers when he was in the city, it was quite a big thing when he worked up in London, and he said that the whole idea was it's a one-day National Christmas Jumper Day, and apparently it happens once a year on a given Friday in December, and it used to be, and it's only in the UK and Ireland, and you used to wear a Christmas jumper to work and put £1 in the pot, a minimum of £1, and the money, all proceeds, would go to Save the Children, which is a very worthy cause, in my opinion. You know, wherever they are, children need help, and therefore the Save the Children Fund benefited greatly from the UK's National Christmas Jumper Day. So here at Clarity, we put our thinking caps on. I said, I haven't got a Christmas jumper. However, we do have a wonderful Christmas jumper stamp that Jim designed years ago. It's beautiful. So I want to show it to you because I've got a plan. And I thought we could do this as a community, okay? We've got this wonderful jumper stamp, and it's got loads of little images. I'm going to tell you this now before we start doodling our good people. So this jumper stamp, I dug out some artwork from our lovely Dee Paramore. She's in a league of her own, that girl. Let me show you. Look. So look, this is the jumper stamp. But the thing is, it comes with the outline, and then you get all the little patterns and you make your own jumper. It's like you knit your jumper. So it doesn't come like that. In the stamp set, there's like ho, ho, ho on the side and all the different patterns, which is what we're going to be decorating our good people with, right, down the road. But so here's the charitable plan from Clarity. From now, as I speak, they're loading the jumpers onto the website, the jumper stamps. Right, they're $19.99. Look, you can make them any colour you like. See, that's what I mean. You can change the design. See, so you can take the deer and put the deer there. Look, isn't that fabulous? I know, it might be a little bit late. We'll get them out straight away to you, don't you worry, right? Anyway, so the idea is you buy the stamps for $19.99. They're not reduced in price because we're trying to get as much money to Save the Children as we can. 100% of the proceeds, 100%, not a little bit or a portion, or, you know, we're not going to keep anything back. Our contribution at Clarity is to make them, promote them and send them, right? And also your contribution is to pay for them. And then that way we're paying for the stamps. And so all proceeds, 100%, will go to Save the Children. And we're going to run this offer from now until midnight Monday. Let's do it. Midnight Monday's good. Midnight Monday. We said midnight Sunday. Let's do it midnight Monday. You know, we might get a few more jumpers sold. We won't make any money on these, but Save the Children will. There. So I may not have a Christmas jumper to wear, but this is just so delightful. Okay. There you go. Okay. Good. Now, what we're going to do, moving on then, that starts today. Oh, and the other thing, what I'll do is, because Dee, this is so clever to do, it's actually done on fabric. Let me show you. It's stamped on fabric. So if I come up close, you can see this is done on a linen. Do you see? Isn't that fantastic? Look, check out the background. See the deer in the background on that one? Now check out this one. There. So all those little elements, the trees, the patterns, they're all done on the fabric, and you can change the jumper arbitrarily. There you go. Cool, you. Good. Right? And what I'll do is, I'll step this up. So what's today? Friday. Tomorrow on my blog, I'll do a photo step by step, so that when you buy the jumper stamp, you'll know exactly how to make this card, all right, with ink pads and everything. And this is designed by Dee Paramore, lovely Dee. God bless that woman. All right, so there you go. Teamwork makes the dream work. You put the money in the pot and we'll put all the stamps in the pot. You get something out of it and I get a kick out of it too. How does that sound? Kill. Now, moving on Oh, I need that bit of paper. Let's have a look at our good family. Everybody happy? Everybody happy? Let's have a look at the good family. Because I spent a couple of hours taking them to the next level. Right, let's have a little recap. Now, do you remember it's good, isn't it? I'm enjoying this one. I'm enjoying this one. It's getting in the festive spirit of things. And I think making the world better with a sweater is okay too. All right. Now, let's have a look. So what we did was, first of all, good. Do you remember we did them in large, didn't we? Like the size of a oh boy. Right. And then, look, I've been practicing my little jumper patterns. I thought I'd practice it in large. Now, and then we went to petite, didn't we? Right? So we halved it. We shrank the lot by 50%. Have I said welcome to the SHAC? Have I said welcome to the SHAC? Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. Well, welcome. Come on in. It's great to have your company. I'm so excited about the Christmas jumpers and our charitable push as us shackers, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's a shacker move. I forgot to say hello. Come on in, grab a seat, bring your tea. It's all good. It's what you make it. Now, let's have a look. So then what we did was we took these little fellas and we double transferred so that our little boy at the end here, he's still got his, I don't know what to say. I haven't decided what to put in there yet. So I'm leaving that blank. And you know, if I was going to make a set of stamps, I think I'd split them up. I'd give them masks. I'd keep them separate, and I wouldn't put anything in there. I'd give you loads of options so you could write whatever you fancy. Yes, I would. So here we go. Now, this is interesting because what I said was, when we were to get together on Wednesday, I said, just do me a favour and pencil it to this point, and then on Friday, I said, we'll ink it up. Do you remember? Well, change of plan. So I hope you haven't inked it. Oh, that bloody bus driver. I know. But it doesn't half look good if you don't ink it. Look, I'll show you. Ready? So, you've got the pencil line, and then, vroom, look. So that now is done with one single pencil, and I used, which one did I use? Let me check. Deep Scarlet Red. There you go. And in the pergoliners, just that beautiful B pencil. So let's have a look up close, shall we? Because this is what we're doing today. And you'll see, this is so cool, right? There you go. I could titivate for hours. I could go with this for hours, right? Not quite done yet. I tell you what I haven't done, because I wanted to show you this stage before I then shoot off and start adding the patterns. You remember I said to you, I want to put embroidery patterns like in the, let me show you on this particular camera. See how I've put all the patterns on here? Look, let's get up close on the rough one so you can his teeth. Yeah, see the patterns? Just different, like little cross stitches, stars, and then over here I started playing, I made a little Christmas tree, then I figured out how to do a snowflake, and then a heart, just loads of different little bits and pieces. And also, I got rid, because I was so excited, look, check it out, I got rid of all the beard when I did this. I just gave him a huge moustache, because I thought that would be a great place to put a pattern. Do you like? I love. Also, I'm building up the nerve to, having done this and being so pleased with it, I'm building up the nerve to then go in with a white Posca pen and start on it. So what I thought, because this is me, play it safe Annie, right? I thought we'll do the red and we'll use one pen, that's all I've used, one pencil to get all the different layers and the shades, right? it's a good skill to, it's good to use one pencil to get different levels of depth. It's great, you know, rather than a light red and a dark red. Let's see if we can do that, eh? And then what I did do, which I really needed, I wanted to make their plaits and their beards like silver white. And so I went with, and this is cool, it's the sky blue and light grey, the colours. There's a set of 12. Do you remember we put together a set of 12 polychromos on our website because so many of you got the pergoliners, and I've always moaned that I've always bemoaned the fact that there are no greys and no, right. In that set of 12 polychromos, there's the sky blue. I'm so glad I put it in because not only has it got the sky blue, if I'm not mistaken, it's also got this baby kind of pink in it. I hope it has. I hope it has. It's the beigey reddy one. Maybe Stuart could just check because that was the one I used for their nose as well, like a fleshy colour for the Nordic Gnomes. It's a light beige red, it's called. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I hope I put it in that set of 12. Right, so this is what we're going to do today, is colour in. And I didn't go in with a I haven't used that at all. I just used the pencil lines, and I relied on the red. If I want it to be dark around the edge, I just get dark, just keep going, right? And it gets darker and darker and darker and darker and darker and darker and darker. And you don't need to have a black outline. So I thought we'd learn that a little bit. It's more like free, isn't it? It's less stylized. Do you know what I mean? Let's come in a bit closer while we do this, shall we? Do you like this? I love it. I was well chuffed with this. There you go. Yeah. And if I'm going to use black, do you know what? I'll probably use a black, like a pergoliner or a polychromo. I'll probably use a black one of these. Yeah. So today, if it's okay with you, I'm going to concentrate on the colouring of these guys. So that's where I started, and that plus about 2 hours gave me that. You up for it? You up for it? Everybody happy? It's not hard. It's not hard. Hang on, let me just check that Stuart's all right. Yes, the pink set is in the set of 12. Cool. Because it's a really nice pink. It's just like perfect. Okay, so let's have a look. And like I said, when it comes to the pattern bit, let's get the red down, because once you go in over the top with the white, you can't add more red then, because it will contaminate the white. So let's get the red down first, properly, and then we'll go from there. Are you cool with that? I think this is going to be great. So we've got our transfer. Has everybody got the transfer? All right, hands up. Have you got your transfer job in the pencil? Okay, so who inked it up? I apologise. I didn't. It doesn't matter. It will just look different because you'll have a black line. It might look better. We'll check, we'll compare, shall we? Right, what have we got? Permanent carmine. I've got 2 just to sort myself out. Deep scarlet red I'm going with. Doesn't matter, red's a red. Just pick one. Okay, pick one. Have you got one? A red? Right, and what we're going to do first is put down an undercoat. So what am I going to use today? Let's have a look, shall we? Right, first of all, I've got my little people. I've got a red pencil. I'm going to need, I tell you what I will use down the road. I'm going to use blending nibs. What have I got here? I'll get a couple of blending nibs. Even though I'm only using one colour, I'm going to get 3 clean nibs because I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling good. Right, 3 nibs. My mum's packing these up at the moment. Bless her heart. She loves doing it. Well, I say she loves doing it. She loves helping. There you go. And so, Mum, when you get these from us, just know that my mum's packing these little fellas up. It was funny. She was watching the television when Paul went on with the new Perga crystals. You know, like the little tiny Swarovski looky-likey things. in the little tiny bags, and they get these tiny little bags. And Mum was just about to start helping us with these, and she was watching the television and watching Paul, and apparently her and Dad were watching, and he presented. It was when we were doing the Linda Williams tree, yeah, and he presented this little bag of crystals. And Mum didn't know at that point what she was going to be helping. I just said, we need some help bagging up stuff, Mum. Are you up for it? Of course, you bring it to me and I will do it for you. She's German, that's why she speaks like that. And but at that point, when the tree was on the Pergamano show, she didn't know what exactly she was going to be bagging up. I'll tell you what else she's doing, like in mass production, the groovy tabs. Any groovy tabs you get, any blending pen nibs, my mother, Hilma macht das. Right, so she was watching the telly and Paul got these little tiny little 2mm crystals out, and apparently she said to my dad, Christ John, I hope I don't have to count them into hundreds and put them in the bag. No, Mum. No, I wouldn't inflict that on you, love. They come pre-bagged. But Dad said it was hilarious. She was like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Right, you ready? Crikey, Barbara, it's already gone 1:15. I'm going to lean on this because what I noticed was I was smearing it as I was coming in. Just lean on something, piece of copy paper, anything. I've got my little groovy guard. And get a bit of copy paper or a bit of card or something. It's always a good idea to use a piece of what you're actually working on. So I've got a little bit of that as well. Okay, right, and now we're off. So what we're going to do first, I bet you're already on elf number 3, aren't you? I'm going to start over here. And what I'm going to do first is now, right, this is where we settle down. Here we go. So a light, get a chisel going. It's easier. And what we're going to do is a light undercoat, the whole hat. Okay? Just light, it's almost like sky drawing. We're almost not touching, we're just getting a really, really light undercoat down. Okay? There you go. Just a really light undercoat on that little fella. I've enjoyed doing these. The word is enjoy, you know, it brings the joy. It does, it's just, they're so innocent and fun, like the kittens, really. You see? So you're going, this is what you're doing slowly now. This is what I'm doing. Slowly, slowly. But you go so fast that you cover the whole area. You get coverage, see? But I'm doing little circular motions like that. Okay? You could do that as well, just straight down. It's up to you. So you got a whole, so what we're doing is we're doing everything that's red. Let's do all of them at the same time. There you go. So you can practice now on getting an undercoat down. Right? Down we go. See, the hats, because they're so big, we drew them unusually large, didn't we? Because they're cute. But that's where we're going to be able to put all our white patterns in with our Posca pens. It's going to look really, I've got it in my mind's eye, but I want to practice. I've got the weekend. I've got the weekend to figure out what I'm doing here before we get on the bus again on Monday, okay? Now, just a couple of little tips. So we've got that one. So let's just make sure that we've got the right area. Is that an arm? Yes, it is. He's got his hand behind his back. Right. Now here, what I could do is add a couple of stray, look, see the little bits? Let's do that now. There you go. Or you can make it, that looks a little bit too spaghetti-ish. Let's make a bit of a curl rather than let's go like that. That's it. That's better. That one is nice. That one's fine. Just a couple of them. And then I think what I'll do is I'll curl this down a bit more. So I'll bring that down a bit more. And this one as well, right? Let's do this before we add the colour. That's it. See now, because we haven't inked it, it's easy, just change it. Don't like it, change it. Want to change it a little bit? Now's the time to do it. Which red have you decided to use? Nice Christmas red. Thing is, you don't have to use red. I mean, what am I saying? I'm using red. You could make these blue or green or purple would be lovely. Whatever cut, orange, funky. You could do them all three different ones. You could do one red, one green, one orange. You could do a purple one. It's whatever you want it to be. I just decided to go red because to me, it kind of, yeah, it's a Christmassy thing, isn't it? Isn't it? If I think about a red Christmas jumper, if I think about a Christmas jumper, in my head it's red. If you think about a Christmas jumper, what is it in your head? Well, see, mostly they're red, aren't they? But it's up to you. It's entirely up to you what colour you make these little fellas. Hey? Right, so back to the red. How many of you have picked on red just because I said, Simon says pick red? And I bet there's a few of you, well, I'm not doing red. She says red, I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to do blue. That's cool. What I'm doing is I'm just avoiding the bits that I've just done because it's easier to get them to look silver grey if they haven't got red in the background. Otherwise they look pink. Right, so we don't have to get too close to the line. We can do all that afterwards. That real closeness to the edge is not really crucial now. Neither are the folds. All those folds round his feet, worry about them. We'll sort them out afterwards. Oh, we missed his little outfit billowing underneath his whatever it is he's holding. There you go. Yeah. And then and his hand and her hand. Right, now what I did decide to do, yeah, nice, right. I've got stripes on him. It's up to you. I'm going to put stripes in her jumper. I'm putting stripes in her jumper, right? So let's do stripes in the jumper. I've done that already. I've already put stripes in. I forgot to put stripes in the hat. So if I put the stripe in the hat now, let's put stripes in the hat now. That's all right. I'm not fussed. I might not bother with stripes in the hat. There you go. Let's put a couple of stripes in. Doesn't matter that I've gone pink. I forgot. Who cares? Not crucial. But we could do that, couldn't we? Put a couple of stripes in. I wonder if, just bear with me a minute, because it's only a light layer, isn't it? Come on. I forgot it, see? So I wasn't looking at my original. Yeah. See, the pink rubber eraser gets rid of it. Good enough, anyway. I think that's what happened the first time round. I decided to put stripes in after the fact. Where's that brush so I don't... Right, let's have a look. So we just clean the brush off. Right, let's get rid of the pink that I put down inadvertently because I wasn't paying attention and I was too excited about my little good people. It's all right. It's all right, Barbara. Don't all have to be the same. Right, let's get a bit of a stripe going in there now. Where the wobble is. There's one. There's another one. Because we're going to put a design in here, aren't we? Yeah. I'm going to put another one up there. Another one there. Okay, so from now on, I'll avoid that area. Okay. There you go. Super. All right, so we've done that. Now look away, look back and say, what else do I want to add? Right, a little pocket here. Let's put a little pocket in there. There's a little pocket. So I want to put a little, my thoughts, right, looking ahead, I wanted to put a little heart. You know, like that, but tiny. So I'm working on that. I reckon. So I've got my heart in, my pocket rather, sorry. I've got my little pinafore, got my stripes in. I'm going with a pinafore. So actually, let me just do the pinafore so you see it. So there is a method in my madness. Just go over the, just get the area that's going to be red, just make it red. And then you know, don't you? So that's the pinafore, right? Like that. And the scarf as well, but we'll leave the scarf for a minute because I've got an idea with the scarf. Right, now let's do the stripes on the, let's just get the stripes down. See, it's easier to do it now while we're concentrating on the bits that are going to be red and the bits that are going to be white. Right, that's her plait. So now this bit, I should have put that, there's too much red going on in this area here. So to make it easier on myself, I'm going to make that white stripe now, and then so this is going to be the first red stripe, see? Just makes it easier. Okay, that'll do. There you go. Right, so we've got stripey. Now have a look at the scarf. Have a look at the scarf that I did, and you'll see it's got white lines. How did I do that? I did it with the resist. So what I did was, I took the pencil and I went down with the pencil. I don't know how I did it. It's funny how sometimes things work, don't they? And then I put the stripy there. She's got a nice stripy scarf on as well, right? So did that. And I put the stripe in. Pretty sure I did it with the pencil, unless I'm dreaming. Right, so I've done that. Now let's see what happened. So then I'll take my red and I'll go over the scarf. Yeah, it does. It acts as a resist. You watch. And in there, so I press quite hard. What have we got going on there? Stripes. Oh yeah, that's her pinafore. No, that's her, the stripes on her. There you go. So we've got an undercoat there, we've got an undercoat there, we've done the bit of the scarf. Now we do her hat again. If you want stripes, now's your chance to put a stripe in, isn't it? There you go. Right. Just an undercoat. See, this takes the ache out of it, because now, once we've done this, we know what's going to be white and what's going to be red, and that's a lot easier, isn't it? Right, there you go. And then what we'll do, you see, okay, so we've got an undercoat in. So the only other thing we haven't done yet is the feet. Now, with the shoes, I'm going to just do a little there, just on that side, see? Because we want to keep that area white, you see? So what we'll do is we'll just do half, just this area here, along the bottom. You go along the bottom and a little bit around the top. There you go, like that. Along there, and then up there. I mean, there are no experts in this building. I don't know, I'm not a gnome expert. I've never met one. I've never met a Nordic gnome, have you? There you go, but if you Google them, this is what they look like. I've got good authority from Google that they look like this. Right, so we're going to give them little red shoes as well. I like monochromatic things. Oh, I'll tell you what we've missed. Gloves, gloves, stepping away, her gloves as well. That's her glove there. Nice. Right. What's the time? past already. That's all right, we're nearly there. What do you think of a jumper idea? Christmas jumper idea. We could make a lot of money, you know, the shackers, couldn't we? Make a nice present. Just buy the jumper stamp, we'll make them. And then next year, we could have a real old charity drive with the jumper cards that you make, couldn't we? So much you can do if you go on, I had my eye out there. Yeah, so much you can do if you put your mind to it. And every little helps, you know. I think sometimes, you know, you listen to the news and you hear millions of children are living impoverished in the world, and you think, what can I do? You know, little old me. But together we're a lot greater than the sum of our parts. So little old me and little old you and little old you and you and you and you and you and you, and then all of a sudden, you know, we have a voice and we can do stuff. We start making moves. So, you know, there's a lot to be said for community spirit like that, isn't there? You know, and the English or the British, we're a right giving nation, you know. We always have been, haven't we? You know, you watch the old Children in Need. Do you remember Terry Wogan? Yeah, blimey. Amazing the money that we get together, you know. And we donate every year, charity, clarity, you know. I remember, right. Just remember. Right, so now we're going to go to the next layer, right? So let's go again, and this time we'll start with her hat. Yeah, so I want you to see her hat here though. Have a look. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start and we're going to put another layer in, and we're going to put the layer in here and down here. So we're concentrating on the sides now. Do you see there? Let me put a thinner layer in just so you see. The trick is to not press too hard. So we're going just around the edges now. Do you see? I know it looks a bit ropey at the moment, but give it a chance. I remember years ago, we had a new accountant come to see us. And and he was obviously trying really hard, but he hadn't done his homework. He didn't know who clarity stamps were. And on the side of his binder, he came in with his you know, with a folder. It had our name on a sticker on the side. He obviously wanted to let me know that he, you know, he was ready for work, ready for action. And it said charity stamps on it. And I thought, oh, this ain't going to go well. We do need to make some money. But now we're really lucky, you know, that we can do what we do. It's great. We're lucky. So this is what we're doing here is we're adding a little bit of depth to this side. Come on, we're old hands at this, us shackers. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you. See the wobbles? See, what we'll do is pretend, I'm not going to draw all over my work, but pretend that the light, if you like, is obviously it's hitting from the top. Let's assume, right? So if the light's hitting from the top, this is going to be light, this is going to be light. You see what I mean? And I can always go in with my rubber and add light. Look, I can go that. Look, if I want to add a bit more light, I can do that. You see, brilliant. So don't ever feel that you've overcooked it. I mean, I'd struggle getting the colour out of there because I've been pressing really hard. But what I'm saying is, so if that's coming down like that, let's just add a little bit of, to get that feeling of three-dimensional feeling. Just get a little bit of colour in there. So that's going to be a crease, you see. There's a little crease there, and there's going to be a bit of a wobble on that one. So you see, you can get quite a good sense of, just by lightly putting in the colour now where you want to add it. There's going to be a little wobble there as well, a little crease, you see. So you just put a little bit of shade in where you know, there, you get what I mean? Like there, see it? There's one where it's falling over, isn't it? The hat, it's a felt hat. Let's pretend it's felt, okay? It's got little creases in it now. And then here, because her nose is there, this is going to be coming out more here, isn't it? So we'll put some depth in there. Right, there you go. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. We'll put a bit of depth around there, right? This bit, not so worried about that. And then you see where, let's call this like a rim, if you like. And then of course behind the rim, what we'd usually do, wouldn't we? We'd use grey or dark. And what I'm going to try and do today, and while we're doing this job, I'm going to use the colour, the same colour, to create the shade. See? So this is where the pencil starts to become really, really useful, because what we're doing now, we're adding layers. Already looks great, doesn't it? See, so, and as you get closer to the edge, it's the edge, right, that gets, what glasses have I got here? Let's get my game openers on. It's the edge. As you get closer, it gets darker and darker. So in the end, the red just turns into the pencil line. Let me go, let it just go up tight, tight, tight. Let it focus for a minute. There. So you can see now, have a little look, get a snapshot of that in your head, and you'll understand. I could go for hours. But you see, now look at her nose. See how it's quite dark above her nose? Right, so if I come back in on that one, let's take the rubber, see if I can, the pink end of the rubber, got pink ones and white ones. This is, so now let's say I want to add a little bit of whiteness here. So I'm going to get rid of the pink that I keep picking up with the pencil, right? Look, see, straight away. So even when it's that dark, look, see how I've added a bit of light now? So don't even worry about overcooking it. There you go, look. And if I think, oh, now I've done too much the other way, see, it's great, isn't it? I can always put it back in again. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. So now have a look. See? Now suddenly, it's lighter above her nose. There you go. One of the things that I wanted to sort of say is, this is your piece of artwork, okay? And how you colour it in is entirely up to you. This is your doodle, it's your piece of artwork. My job, as I see it, is just to give you a couple of ideas. And some of you really enjoy kind of improving your colouring game. And one of the things that I think we've learned over the last year or 9 months while we've been in lockdown is that with the B pencils, or with the polychromos and the pergoliners, the B pencils, right? It's all about that layering, 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 layering. Gently does it, and even when you think it can't. See, if you press too hard now because you get impatient, then what will happen is it will seal and you won't be able to add any more depth. But as it is, you can add more and more and more and more. So now, so I can go in quite hard on that edge, look. And then as I come away, I just add a little bit more depth. There you go. So I'm adding another layer of colour. But as I'm going round, I'm aware of the creases, you see? So I want to add a bit more there. Now this is what, I guess, this is the key here, right? Let's see if I can say this succinctly. Colouring in is a process, isn't it? And you can take a pencil, you could go from top to bottom and press and make it solid red, as if you'd flooded it with a felt tip. Yeah, of course you can. And some people will, and that's fine. And I bet by the time you put your white embroidery stuff on there, your Nordic stars and what have you, it will look brilliant, right? But what I'm trying to do here is show you how by just gently, see, I'm going up to the edge, just adding a bit more like that. You can turn it into a really nice piece of artwork, right? And even more importantly, when you do it like this, if you're really concentrating, this perfect distraction. And I think that's the key here, is, you know, we're in the SHAC for a reason. We're here because we want the company. A lot of us are in here because we want to improve our colouring. We like the crowd, we like the crack, we like the banter. But the bottom line is, right, that a lot of us are getting very anxious at the moment. A lot of shit, I nearly said. There's a lot of stuff going on in your head, right? And it's difficult. You get a little bit of a washing machine head. And when you really try to colour in, like we are now, like really try and get that depth and that colour going, you're so focused. This is the thing, it's all about the focus. You're concentrating so hard on each stroke. I'm concentrating so hard on each stroke and on how hard I'm pressing and where I want to put the red, and well, I shouldn't have put it there, and now I'm going to rub it out again, and so on and so on and so on, right? And it's massive distraction. It's so good for your head because it clears your head. You cannot colour this in like proficiently and be thinking about a load of rubbish. Because if you're focused on this and you want to get it right, and you can't. Well, I cannot do this and think about things other than it. This is the only thing I can concentrate on because I want to get it right. I'm not, now if I took a felt tip pen and just went boof, I could think about anything while I'm doing it, because it's just a function, isn't it? It's just a performance. But this now, look, we're just doing her hair, just her hat, nobody else's. Right, so we've got a bit of red down there. Now let's have a look. We smooth it out a bit. Here comes the magic. Right, Mum, there's your blending pens. Dry. What we're going to do is smooth out. Let's smooth out this colour. So we're going to shift that small circular motions like this, and it will stop it looking so granular. Watch. I love it. There you go. So now you're coming around here, and as you move it into that area, it starts to get pinker. So you can leave it. You don't have to go in there if you don't want to. Leave it white. You see? It's up to you. Just concentrate on the area here and leave a white strip there. It's up to you. Or you can go straight over and tone it down. Your choice. On this one, I toned it down. I went straight over, and you can see I lost the whiteness of it. That's why I had to go and reintroduce it with a pencil. See? But not a problem. Easy to do. There you go. So it's up to you. Small circular motions. Go easy with this. They'll last you ages, the nibs, if you don't press too hard. Right, now this is quite a dark area. See, this isn't the final colour either. And once I'm doing this, it doesn't mean then that I can't put any more colour over the top. Not at all. I'm coming in because I want this to be red, this area here as well, because I want to put all the white. Otherwise I'd do my white embroidery on over the top here and you wouldn't be able to see it. Well, that's no good. So let's have a look. As we go over here, see how it starts to change. I think these are lovely, these fellas. The good family, eh? There you go. So it's just layer on layer on layer. And it's not hard. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not hard. It's just how much time do you want to give it? If you get impatient and just go, yeah, that doesn't mean, and at the end it doesn't look like that. It doesn't mean that I'm better than you. It doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't mean, all it means is I took more time than you did. That's all. That's the only difference. The reason that mine is really pleasing is because I spent hours on it. Okay, not because I'm some kind of colouring in magician that I've got the touch. What I've got is the patience. And if I go slowly and I take my time, then I know I will get a pleasing result. And sort of, it's like embroidery as well. Colouring can be like that. If you don't do it all in one hit, just do a little bit and come back. Yeah. If I spend an hour just on her hat, but the hat is wonderful, that was an hour well spent. If I spend an hour and knock these three little good people, you know, out and do them all in red, and then I look at it and I go, yeah, I'm not very good at this. It isn't that. It isn't that I'm not very good at it. It means that I just didn't take the time that I needed to do it. And I think that goes for a lot of things, really, doesn't it? So, yeah, it's entirely up to you. If you haven't got the time, then it's not a problem. Do what you like. But never think for a minute that I'm better than you are, because I am not. I am not. I invest the time. That's all. That's all it is. And I've got good pencils, that helps. Right, now. So, I hope that didn't sound too preachy. It is the truth, though. You know, when people say, oh, you're so good at that. Well, no, I spent hours on it. That's why it came out well. Yeah? And the other thing is that every stroke, and you may say, well, why would I spend all that time? Well, now more than ever, this is the point, I think, ask yourself why you want to colour in. Is it because you want to just knock out a load of, you know? Why are you doing it? You're doing it to calm down. So if you're going to do it to calm down, then try this way. Try the every stroke really measured, you know? Every stroke is really considered, you know? It's going to be beautiful when it's done. See, and we're just leaving that edge, that middle bit, and now we can accentuate a little bit more on the folds. So that's going to be the fold there. And the good thing about these pencils, which I really like, which if you use felt tip pens, that, you know, it's sayonara, isn't it? The good thing about the pencils is, like I just showed you, if you want to take a little bit out, even at that point, you can take the colours out, you know. So yeah, did we only do one hat? Yeah, we only did one hat. It's all right, though. It's all right, it's a good hat. I'd be proud to wear this hat. Now, let me tell you what else is going on. At 11 o'clock, the next clue for the elf hunt is coming up on the website. That'll keep you busy for a while. And at 12 o'clock, it's the Groovy Download number 34, the free Groovy Download. So for all you Groovy Shackers, there's something to keep you busy. That's good. You can download that. And then, yeah, right, so we leave the hat. And now we'll do her jumper. Yeah, so that's done as well. And Paul's busily packing up pop-it postcards, you know, because I keep saying in a minute we're gonna reach for the pop-it postcards. When we've done our little lovely Nordic Gnomes, our good family, I would really like to take one of the postcards, one of these. I'd really like to, just in the lead up to Christmas, there's a pack, Lisa's been making them at work, beautiful they are, really top quality, and the way that we've done it is, we've got like one for doodling, one small one and one large one, and the idea is one is to get to colour in beautifully. We put a bit of glitter on it as well. And then one is to doodle around, to put her into a landscape. So I make nice Christmas presents. I'd like to do a Christmas one before Christmas. And then we've got the whimsy ones, which are the little fairy ones. These are beautiful Christmas presents as well, you know. There's 3 sets, they're only a tenner. Ah, birthday. Oh, see, and then the little one. I can see the background. I just know, I know what to do. I like that. I like the idea of being able to put her in a situ. So yeah, so get those, because Paul's gonna, I mean, at this rate, there's no rush. But he even said to me earlier on, when we were talking about the jumper stamps, he said, if you get the order in by lunchtime today for the postcards, he'll have them out the door today as well. So that's good. Good job. Yeah. So now what we're doing is, we're literally, rather than just dotting around, I would say you concentrate on one character. See, so the light's hitting that side of the jumper, so of course behind the plait it's going to be red, isn't it? And the thing is, with these red pencils, if you press hard, it doesn't half go red dark red in fact. Look, really dark. So you can go from that light to that dark. So who needs a black pen line round the outside? Not today, you see. It's really cool. Now, so what we're going to do now is have a look at the folds. Oh, hang on, I've forgotten her shoe there. Let's get that shoe in a bit darker. Now with the folds, it's going to be darker around the inside there. So and don't forget her hair's there. That's her plait bit. You know, there's the elastic band there. So it's going to be darker where the plait's sitting. There you go. It's going to be darker in there. There. Do you know, there's nothing like this. Yesterday I had a bit of a funny old day, and I sat for quite a long time colouring these guys in, and I don't listen to music, or, you know, I've got enough noise going on in my head without all that. It did me the power of good, colouring them in. And the best thing about it is, look, there's a little pocket here, remember? Oh, someone's having a bad day. You hear the sirens. Oh dear. Yeah. So, yeah, so the best thing about it is, when you do this, and then you step back and you get a really good result, it's a sense of achievement, you know. It's that sense of achievement. Right, here we go. And if it takes 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever, it's good. Because it's 3 or 4 hours that you didn't have to worry about other things. You see? Now let's get that. Concentrating on her now. She's be good. Be good. Now let's get a bit darker now. So we're trying to make sure, you see, and I can change the folds as well. I can put the folds where I like. So I could bring this out now. That's all wrapped around. And the thing about it is as well, what you'll find is if you use the pencil, because I use quite a hard pencil, 4H, and what it does is it almost acts, it kind of, it pushes, it almost etches the image. So when you go over it with the pencil, it acts as a kind of a resist. It's pretty cool. Right, don't worry about the white bits, we'll sort them out when we go to do the beard and the plait, you see? That's when we'll sort those bits out. So I've got my, let's do a bit more a bit more depth on this pinafore. How are we doing for time? Do you know, see, I could keep going doing this all day, and I probably will. And that's why my art room looks like a bomb's hit it, because I get distracted. Let's have a look. If we go over that, let's go over there. And you'll find as you rub over the top of where you put the pencil marks in, it starts to come up, look. Now let's see what happens if I get a bit more of a flick going on the... Yeah, it worked again. Isn't that cool? Did it work on your scarf as well? So I put little flicks on there. Every now and again you have to turn the pencil round because it starts to get a bit flat. So that's fine when you're putting an undercoat down, but when you want to get in, then you need to sharpen the pencil to get a really good... Or you turn it. See, so... See, now I can go in there and I can make that really... There you go. See how it makes it stand out? And then suddenly she's got a stripy... Isn't that weird? Just because of the pencil lines? Oh no. Like I say, there's no experts in the buildings, but I do figure things out. And I bet if I ran an eraser over that, I'd even take the grey out of it. So let's have a look. It's 5 to... Don't tell me it's 5 to 11 already. Oh, it's 2 already. I don't believe it. Well, I can tell you now that we're going to be hanging out with the Good family for a little bit longer than today. Because it's going to take as long as it takes. Are you cool with that? I think so. I think, you know, and if you went through and rushed one out, you know, just rushed through one, and now you're thinking, I wish I'd taken my time and tried a bit, you know, taken my time and focused a bit more on the colouring. Well, there's absolutely no reason why you can't go back to your... I mean, that's the beauty of it, isn't it? There's no reason why you can't go back to your colouring. I mean, that's what I did. And I went and got another 5x5 card blank. There you are. Traced it out again, got my outline, and off I go again. And you could catch up very, very easily. On the second, like again, on another one. See, and then intermittently you blend it, and that smooths out your art, smooths out the... See, and then right at the end, what we could do is make it a little more like fabric. So that would look cool. But I would rather than we rush it, let's say that, what you could do, all the bits that we've done red, this bit, all those bits, you could just take the red, couldn't you? And then just focus really, really a lot on pressure, you know, little blending pencils, getting your colour in, and so that Monday, when we get back together again, what we'll have is all the red done, and then I'm going to show you how to do the grey beard. Well, it's not grey, it's blue and grey, isn't it? But it gives you that snowy white effect, right? So we could do the plaits and the beard and the noses. In fact, these are the pencils you need, and they're in that set. So yeah, it's a set of 12 polychromos, and if you haven't got them, then you could probably get away with a white pencil and an HB. We could try it like that as well. I bet that would look good. It just won't have that blue flash, but that doesn't matter. That's not important. What's important is that we just take it one step at a time and just work through. Won't take long. There you go. How do you feel about that? So if you could at the weekend, massive distraction, you could do right up to all the red. Just get all the red down. And then on Monday, we'll do the beard and and do that bit. And then on Wednesday, we'll do the embroidery. How's that sound? I reckon we're going to be with these guys to get it beautiful. I reckon we're going to be another week on these little fellas. Are you cool with that? It's just a beautiful distraction, a joyful distraction, and it's good. It's all good, all right? Said the Scotsman. So yeah. Happy Christmas jumper day. I'm going to go and sort out a blog now, a step-by-step blog using that beautiful artwork. And let's see how much money we can raise. Buy the stamps at the full price. They're not reduced, and usually you know that we give it away, but really on this one I want to drive as much money as we can to the Save the Children fund. So it wouldn't make sense to have a half price sale on something that you want to, yeah. So that's what we'll do. And then yeah, and then other than that, cool you. I thank you for your company. Stuart, thank you for your help. Let me think, have I forgotten anything? I don't think so. I think we're there. Elf Hunt at 11 o'clock. Groovy Shack download number 34 at 12 o'clock. The postcard poppets, get them in your basket. And I'll do, oh, and once I've done this, tonight's the night. Our kiln, we're going to fire up our kiln. Pottery. I'm firing up the kiln tonight. So see how that goes. This is the moment. Christmas presents? No Christmas presents. More will be revealed. Lots of love. Take care. Be safe. And I'll see you on Monday at 10 o'clock. Bye-bye now.